I want to talk to you now about our pass protection and in our five-wide offense. Because we've spread out the defense, in particular the linebackers, we've really only had to use one protection over the course of time here. And our basic protection starts with the rule that if you're covered as a lineman, then that's the guy, that's your first threat, and that's who you're going to block. So starting with the left tackle, he's covered by the 5 technique, so he'll set and block the 5 technique. The guard is covered by, the left guard is covered by the 1 technique, so he's responsible for the 1 technique. The right guard is covered by the 3 technique, so he's responsible for the 3 technique. And the right tackle is covered by the 5 technique, so he's responsible for the 5 technique. Now that still leaves 2 other players for us to account for. The center's rule is he's always going to block the linebacker to his left, the first linebacker to his left. So he has the Mike linebacker. And when the ball snapped, he's going to set about 1.5 yards so he can get some depth away from the other linemen, in particular the guards, so that he can go move lateral and block that Mike linebacker. If the Mike were to rush this B gap, then the center, once he sets and sees that, he's going to go and he's responsible for blocking the Mike linebacker. If the Mike linebacker were to come to the A gap or come over to this other front side A gap for whatever reason, then when the center sets, he would step up and block that Mike linebacker. So he has the Mike linebacker, which is his first linebacker to the left. We do that because we want the quarterback to know that his backside is protected, that linebacker will not run free. Okay? Now you say, well, what if this will linebacker wants to come off the edge? Well, we don't ever block with our receivers. We always run pass routes, whether it's run or pass. And one of the reasons we do that is the fact that we generally can keep these guys out of the pass rush, these outside linebackers from being in the pass rush. Because if they come one time, then we're going to play action and throw it, or we're going to throw it right where they are. So because they're 2-on-2 here, we really don't get a lot of these outside guys coming, of these outside linebackers, strong safety of the will, and being involved in the pass rush. Okay? So we've accounted for the 4 rushers and the Mike linebacker. Our quarterback has the Sam linebacker. We release our B back into the routes. And part of the reason it's called 5 wide is the fact that we will always release the running back. So against 3 deep, or against this particular coverage, he has to be responsible for the running back. Now they could play with the free safety, but that's an awful long way to come. And that's one of the keys that we look for that helps us in our protection, is who's going to cover the B. When our back's in the backfield, that's one of the first questions we want to answer and see in their defense who's going to cover them. If they're going to cover them with a 3 deep safety, then we can just run a route and dump it to them. Okay? But the quarterback's responsible for this same linebacker. We know that because of the depth of this quarterback, and our quarterback's aligned at 5 yards, toes at 5, and because of the depth of this linebacker, that they're anywhere from 4 to 5 yards, that's a total of 9 yards that he's got to come if he blitzes from his original alignment in the second level linebacker. Well, we know that we can, and we practice this all the time, that we can throw and release the ball before he can get there if he blitzes from his normal position. If he walks up or catches us on the run, then the quarterback has to beat him with his throw. And in our scheme, we always have a slant out hitch or a quick fade that he can throw to beat that Sam linebacker. So his responsibility is, right-handed quarterback, he's going to take the first linebacker to his right, and he's responsible for throwing off of that linebacker if he comes. And then we'll block the other people. One of the other elements of our pass protection is how we pass set. We don't do the typical kick slide steps. Because we're going to block the people that line up on us, we do what we call short set. And that is, when the ball snapped, our O-linemen are going to get in that good pass pro position, but they're going to take no more than a 6-inch step backwards or in some cases they're just going to raise up in their stance, get those shoulders back, those hips down, and then their eyes go on the inside armpit of the man that they're blocking. Okay? And that's the lane we want them to create and rush around. So for example, if I'm the right tackle, I'm going to short set, and then as soon as that guy comes, I'm going to attack him and get my hands on him. I'm going to short set and get my hands on this 3 technique if I'm the right guard. If I'm the 1 technique, I'm going to take a step to try to square myself up, but I'm going to short set to do that. We're not going to let them get a good running start at us. I feel like that when you pass set, you create some separation, some vertical separation between the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman, and they have a running start at you that you're going to lose that mismatch often or not because he's got more speed. Also, when you pass set, I feel like you give him a 2-way go. So we short set, keep our eyes on the inside numbers, and we're going to get our hands on you as quick as we can to stop your momentum and make you start again. All right? We also play real aggressive with regard to sending everybody outside. One of the things we want our quarterback to know is that if he has to escape, that we want him to escape up the middle. And so our linemen are conscious about making sure that they maintain inside leverage, and they're going to take everybody around the quarterback. Now I know that may be some type of a common philosophy, but we really work hard at that because we want the quarterback to escape up the middle.